Hi, and welcome to the Strategic Advisor Board. I'm Dr. Bruce Rippee with All Things Health and Wellness. We want to make sure that wellness is part of the conversation and that you bake it into the fabric of your mission and vision in business. So I get questions all the time from these top level CEOs, execs, and so forth that are trying to help their employees. And one of their employees came to them. And so he came to me and said, "Hey, I'm getting these swollen glands or whatever it is underneath the chin. How long are they supposed to last? Are they dangerous? Does this mean I have COVID?" Most people agree that COVID does not necessarily inflame the lymph nodes. They're actually lymph nodes underneath your chin. So interestingly enough, you probably have something else. Now, understand it's not uncommon for people to get a virus and then get a virus on top of that virus. You could still test positive for COVID, yet have actually had no symptoms from the COVID itself. But it wore your body down and you wound up with an upper respiratory infection, a flu, something like that. That's not popular information, but of course it's been true since the history of always. So I thought maybe you should know. You may test positive for it, and maybe it is COVID, maybe it isn't. But generally, if it swells the lymph nodes underneath the chin, which are really right back here, a little ways, right? That's probably not COVID. You probably have something else. You may still test positive for COVID. That's perfectly reasonable. Some of those tests, by the way, are a little bit inaccurate. They will show coronaviruses. Remember, 10 to 15% of all viruses that you're going to get are probably going to be coronaviruses. If it didn't start in the sinuses, in the the rhinitis or something like that, it's possible that it's a coronavirus. So are you contagious? Nobody really knows that. Usually what I would tell people is for the first few days, if you must go into work or something, wear a mask. Wear a mask because you're much more likely to protect someone else by not expressing whatever cough or sickness that you have. Best case scenario would be to stay home. To not go into work, but sometimes healthcare professionals must. And then, of course, you want to wear a mask so that you're not exposing it. The masks do not help. They've been proven over and over. They do not help for you if you are healthy, not at all. If you're healthy, you're not going to slow down a virus. Viruses get airborne just like they always do. So that science, fortunately, has reverted back to reality, which we knew all along, actually, in the medical field, even though sometimes we have to say something different politically. So don't worry about this. These will resolve in about 2 weeks. But generally, if you have the swollen nodules underneath here, they're not truly nodules or lymph nodes, then yeah, you've probably not got COVID. It's very rare to see those. But test anyway, it's a good idea. And then stay home, protect everybody around you, because in all honesty, nobody wants whatever flu you've got either. That has been pandemic since always. So vitamin D, vitamin C, right off the bat, quercetin, vitamin K2. You want to have those all on hand. Please, please, please have those all on hand. All right, so I will be back with the next Strategic Advisor Board video. In the meantime, be an example of what's possible.